It's Friday, May 3rd, and this is your Barbados Today Evening News Update. So glad you can join us. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. What apology? Veteran and Democratic Labour Party member Robert Bobby Morris today made it clear there was no need for the former government to apologize for its time in office. Speaking at today's weekly DLP lunchtime lecture, he in fact insisted that the Frondell Stewart-led side should be respected for its miraculous efforts to keep the economy afloat. His comments are in contrast to calls by former Culture Minister Stephen Lashley for the party to humble itself and admit its mistakes. Morris maintained that despite the bruising 13-0 defeat, the DLP must move on.
I don't take these things personally. The people have spoken, the voice of God. My one thing is this: I don't think we have to apologize to anybody. I am not buying the other people's narrative. There's one narrative I have. The economy was so bad that holding it together was a miracle. But the costs would have been heavy. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. And therefore, we got beaten. One party went down to 3, another one went down to 2, one went up to 0. In Grenada, one party won all the seats twice. So we had achievement thing. As a matter of fact, a few years ago, you were about a long-term government. I thought the people were getting so anxious, they didn't give more than a term. We got through those things and those changes. The dams will rise again. The dams will soar again.
Morris told the party faithfuls that the party will rise again and appealed to members to stick together.
We have a second right to be very clear that we are analytical. And analysis is not something that is driven by emotion. It becomes something that you have to be very dispassionate about. Where was the arrogance? I will have to hear book, chapter, and verse about the arrogance. Because sometimes people take confidence for arrogance. And confidence in what you believe in can smack of arrogance sometimes. That is true. But the signals are different for those who understand. I don't want to comment on anything that Mr. Lashley said, quite frankly. Mr. Lashley has a position in relation to the people of Barbados. He has a position in relation to his party. I don't think he was speaking for the party. I think he was speaking his personal view, quite frankly. I don't know if he had any mandate from the party. Before he came here, I spoke to the officials and told them what we plan to say, because I don't want to disrespect my officials.
Government is pressing ahead with its plans to enlist the help of returning nationals and the diaspora in the development of Barbados. In fact, a packed room of returning nationals was today encouraged to reach out to their friends and families still living overseas in an effort to encourage them to return to the island next year for the Vision 2020 We Gathering event. That initiative is designed to create more economic activities on the island, develop various sectors, and forge stronger ties with the Barbadian diaspora across the globe. It will feature a range of activities taking place in different parish, that's in a different parish every month during next year. Addressing dozens of returning nationals at the Radisson Aquatic Resort this morning, Minister in the Ministry of Foreign Trade, Sandra Husband, said Barbadians living overseas will be critical to the building out of the island's economy, and she wants citizens here to do more than embrace returning nationals and members of the diaspora.
And St. James South has a large returning national population. And when I engage them, what grieves me is how they share about on returning home, they're not always as welcomed as they would like by their fellow Barbadians. And one of my missions is to cure this. And what we want to do is to talk through what are some of the things we must do, because when 2020 opens, Barbados must be welcoming to every single Barbadian. every person must feel, from the gas station attendant to the person working in the fast food place to the person in the market to the person in the bank, that they are welcome back home. So we want to talk through those ideas as to what we need to do to better educate our Barbadians, that we become more welcoming of you.
At the same time, Project Officer of Vision 2020, Kim Butcher, urged the returning nationals to do whatever they could in order to help the country move forward.
We're establishing a legacy investor portal where people will have an opportunity to make financial contributions and time contributions. I grew up in a household where we helped each other. My parents would find random people, and it was a joke. Who is our new cousin, our new friend, who is eating at the table, who we have never seen before? That kind of hospitality is what is natural and innate to being a Barbadian. So Bajan philanthropy, which is more than just a campaign, is going to be something real. We want during 2020 that people are opening their homes, opening their places and spaces to other Barbadians. We want to get back to a time where we were having conversations and giving real Barbadian hospitality. That legacy investor portal is going to be open to everybody, where you have an opportunity to make an investment, no matter how small, to help Barbados and Barbadians.
Security at the Bridgetown port is expected to get a boost with the arrival of the first of 2 new scanners within a number of weeks. This will be followed by the arrival of a second scanner by year-end, bringing the complement at the Bridgetown port to 3. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Dale Marshall made this disclosure as he addressed the opening ceremony of the 7th meeting of the Caribbean Basin Security Initiative at the Radisson Aquatica on Thursday. He explained that the $40 million investment was made to ensure that a greater percentage of container traffic coming into Barbados was scanned.
A lot of what we're doing now, though, had its genesis over 10 years ago. And it is ironic that the occasion for a lot of our security initiatives had to do with the sport that Barbados and the rest of the Caribbean enjoy so much, that being cricket. One would think that cricketing environment is an occasion of festivity and laughter and revelry and celebration. But at the time when the Caribbean region won the bid to host the largest cricket tournament in the world, we recognize that in order to be a safe environment for visitors, we needed to completely transform what we were doing as far as security was concerned.
It's World Press Freedom Day, and the Barbados Association of Journalists is urging the government to keep its promise and introduce freedom of information legislation. BARJAM President Emmanuel Joseph, in a message to mark the day, stressed that democracy allows for the greatest level of participation by people. He said it was therefore important that people's right to critical information to make informed decisions should be guaranteed by law. In her message, Information Minister Lucille Moore stressed that her government values freedom of press. She, however, noted that with the advent of social media, it was even more critical that journalists ensure their work is fair and responsible to keep democracy alive.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional news now, St. Lucian authorities continue to keep a close eye on the cruise ship Free Winds quarantine at Point Seraphine in Castries. More in this report from HTS News Force.
The CMO says the Health Ministry is providing support to the ship. This includes the donation of 100 doses of the measles vaccine. She says St. Lucia is also consulting with leading health bodies on the way forward.
St. Lucia's public health response is being coordinated with other local agencies and partners, and we remain in discussion with regional and international health agencies such as the Pan American Health Organization PAHO and the Caribbean Public Health Agency CARPHA.
Health officials in St. Lucia are not taking any chances where the infectious virus is concerned, as many countries are currently battling large measles outbreaks.
And further afield, the death toll from the Ebola epidemic in the Democratic Republic of Congo has passed 1,000. Health officials say the Ebola outbreak began in August and is the second deadliest in history. World Health Organization Deputy Director Dr. Michael Ryan said mistrust and violence was harming efforts to tackle the disease as it spread through the east of the country. He revealed that there have been 119 documented attacks on medical centers and staff since January. And that's news. But for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. And you can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM. I'm Fernella Wedderburn. Good evening.